This game starts like every Tekken game with Jin Kazama throwing a motorcycle at a helicopter. Is that true? I have no idea. This is my first Tekken. Kazuya Mishima, the most well-dressed devil in history, survives the attack and immediately gets punched in the face. That's right, baby, he's got devil blood in his... Wait, you're also a devil? I mean, yeah, of course Jin is a devil. We all know that. Jin palms Kazuya's head like a little basketball and slams him through a building. Jesus Christ. Kazuya goes devil mode and lifts his leg a perfect 180 degrees, very nice form, and destroys half of Jin's brain cells. Jin shouts so hard that his shirt explodes, but as far as I can tell, that didn't really help him in any way, and he ruined his favorite shirt. Then Kazuya sends a big purple beam at Jin, which, as we all know, is the most dangerous color of beams. Meanwhile, in Atlantis... Oh, sorry, it's actually a submarine.
The top brass has given us attack orders. C'est inutile. Ignorez ça.
Bro, was that French? His question was in English. Who is this guy? Colonel Sanders? Kazuya is back on his bullshit and sends a laser into space that destroys every satellite above the Earth. He then announces he's hosting a fun new tournament to decide the fate of the entire world. Yippee! Back in the ocean, Jin is drowning, I guess? I don't know how this happened. I thought he was in New York. Another Jin tries to help him, but he's like, nah, dude, I'd rather drown, actually. Can I just say, I'm so confused. In the next scene, he's not drowning and is instead playing games on his phone. Lars Alexanderson says, now that you're not drowning, it's time to fight. And I guess that sounds good to Jin because he kicks him into Tekken 9. Unfortunately, the kick was too strong, and now Jin is feeling a little bit weak. Luckily, Lee Chaolan is here to tell him that he sucks at everything. For real, he roasts him for like 10 minutes. Jin freaks out and tries to go devil mode, but remembers that he only has one of these jackets left and can't keep blowing him up. Surprise, surprise, Jin is trying to fight, and again, he suffers a near-fatal devil attack. Elisa Boskanovich? Is that really her name? Turns into a jet and flies around the Earth 5 times before landing 20 feet away from where she initially started. She tells Jin that he's the strongest man ever to exist, in terms of will and resolve. As Lee said earlier, Jin is terrible at everything else. Lars and Lee discuss who they'll send to the tournament to stop Kazuya when Jin declares his intention to fight. Lars says, I guess we lose then, and Jin joins the tournament. In the preliminary rounds, Paul Phoenix and Martial Law punch each other in the face at the exact same time. Paul somehow wins. Then the other contestants start to arrive. The first is a clearly wealthy girl named Lily who steps out of a limo, and even her cat has a gold chain. Next is Azucena, a woman who drinks coffee like it's water and can never actually stop moving. She's kind of like a shark in that way. And Leroy, the oldest Riz Lord in all of recorded history. As Jin walks towards his next match, he completely ignores a girl named Reina. Get absolutely destroyed. Reina goes on to win her match, and Jin faces off with her in the finals. In typical Jin fashion, he gets hit a lot. I'm genuinely worried about him, but I'm more worried about the fact that Reina is apparently an old man in disguise. Jin goes devil mode and Reina quits immediately. Alright, Jin, way to eat those punches, buddy. Oh wait, hold on, there's actually another guy who wants to fight and he's breaking every rule to do it. Jin knocks Hwoarang down and dodges his kicks in slow motion before punching him 15 feet into the air. I don't know about you, but this would end me. Kazuya is chilling at the crib when Nina Williams tells him that some people are having fun in Italy and one of them is a panda. Personally, I don't believe her until 2 seconds later when I actually see the panda. Claudio and Zafina discuss just how bad Kazuya is while rubbing on a crystal ball. Back at the airbase, a cowboy shows up and I realize that truly anything can happen in the Tekken universe. Also, a little German kid wants to fight Jin very badly. Jin is like, yeah, this happens a lot, and kicks the kid into Tekken 10. Everybody gathers around to look at a hologram of an armor-wearing dinosaur. This terrifies them. It also terrifies me. Where did he get that armor? The day of the tournament arrives and everybody's here. And I do mean everybody. There are a lot of matches in the tournament, but the funniest are the ones where King throws Steve around like he's a little baby and a bear named Kuma hits Paul with a fish. Now that's good stuff. All of the special forces arrive, even the ones from Atlantis, and can someone please explain what's happening with Victor's pants here? Is there a good reason for this? This huge dark spot on his pants? Jin is once again verbally destroyed when the announcer talks about how he used to be on top but lost everything that made him special. Leroy shows up and reads Jin like a book. He's all like, you're scared, buddy. Your fist told me. Your fist talk a lot. He goes on to slap the fear out of Jin's heart, which leads to my favorite QuickTime event of all time. I will believe in my heart.
You beat me with your heart.
Kazuya shows up personally to ruin the vibe. Everybody in the crowd is loving it for some reason. I mean, they really love this dude. He must be a pretty cool guy. Anyways, he immediately goes devil mode, grabs Zafina by the neck, lifts her up to the sky, and proceeds to send her all the way to Tekken heaven. Hwoarang shows up and is like, what the fuck? Zafina has just enough life left to tell Jin where to go next, which is apparently a place with a big tree and an incredibly bright sun. Like and subscribe. Wow, thanks, Zafina. That's a crazy thing to say as you're dying. Meanwhile, Kazuya is bugging, and he makes a little demon baby fall out of a portal. Oh no, it's the dinosaur with the armor, and he's pissed. Ironically, he tells Kazuya that he's going to absorb him first, but Kazuya whips out the Uno reverse card and says, no you. The baby dragon demon lord goes crazy and hits Kazuya for 12 trillion damage, and he loses. Just kidding, that wasn't canon. He actually pulled out the Super Mario 64 Bowser throw technique and slammed his fist directly into what I believe to be his dragon dong. Yeah, after that punch, I would also choose to explode. Kazuya steps out of a big purple tornado, and now he's even more devil than he was before. Gross. Claudio says, Jin, this guy would clap your cheeks. Get out of here. And Jin's like, oh man, Lee was right.
Excellent.
Now the rest of the gang is gonna try to 7v1 Kazuya. Whoops, never mind. Luckily, Claudio whips out the Devil Slayer 9000 and proceeds to miss completely.
Oh, shit.
Well, I guess that's it then. GG, everybody. See you in Tekken heaven. Wait, what? Oh, he can just turn it. Oh. Kazuya sends a purple beam at Claudio, who decides it's way funnier to not try to dodge it at all. And he was right. The Devil Slayer 9000 comes back around, but once again fails to slay any devils. However, Reina mean mugs Kazuya and his shoulder explodes. He says, you're secretly an old man, aren't you? Fuck this. Jin, Xiaoyu, and a creepy little panda are walking to Jin's origin place when Xiaoyu says, we have to punch each other right now. Got it. You guys have a pretty toxic idea of how relationships work, huh? Jin hears a lullaby that draws him closer to the tree, and it's a certified banger. It's so good that it sends him into a catatonic state. Xiaoyu has to defend him from an army of robots who she punches in their robot dongs. A lot of dong punching lately, I like it. Jin shakes off the effects of the chug jug and wakes up in a spirit world or something. Never mind, I guess we'll talk about that later. Lars and his gang of motorcycle goons, aka the cast of Tekken 8, are about to go fight an entire army. And if I can just be real for a second, this is the weirdest part of the whole game. It turns into Dynasty Warriors out of nowhere.
The hell? Is that a ninja in their ranks?
It's a good excuse for everyone to fight again, but the best part is when Kuma tries to assassinate Paul. Yeah, he gets hit by a missile and dies. Kazuya shows up and starts blasting as usual, and Reina decides she's tired of being an old man. Kazuya finds Jin, because of course he does, and hits Lars with a purple beam. How many times do I have to tell you guys to not get hit by purple beams? There's no way you're the same old man, Lars. This guy is everywhere. Jin jump scares himself back in the Shadow Realm before doing the only thing he knows how. Face to face with himself, he realizes that there are metaphorical chains holding him back. Oh, never mind, they're real chains. Actual chains, please break them. Jin unites with Devil Jin and becomes Devil Jin Jin, I guess. If you don't dodge this purple beam, I'm gonna fucking lose it, dude. Jin hits Lars with the classic, my bad, bro. It's all good, dog. Xiaoyu says, please don't get beat up for once. I definitely won't get beaten up for once. Okay, well, he tried. Kazuya whips out the Dragon Ball Z Spirit Bomb move and Jin starts rubbing all over it. He has what I can only describe as a near-death experience where he meets up with his mother. She hands him a little bit of angel power and he turns into, you guessed it, a motherfucking angel. Dope. See you later. He throws the ball of pure evil energy safely into the ocean where no one was harmed. Oh shit. And now boys, it's back to punching, but this time it's Angel versus Devil. These two punch each other so hard that a flying rock grows wings. I did not know that was possible. Their powers colliding removes both the Angel and Devil powers. That did not last long. There's a huge explosion and the rock falls back to the earth. This is it. The final confrontation. Father versus son. No angels, no devils. Two evenly matched men. Oh, Jin, please put your hands up. You gotta block something, dude. Jin, are you still awake? Oh, he farted. But then Jin starts to remember the words of his comrades.
Be a shining star.
star of hope.
Don't fight him, you'll lose. You suck at everything. And he's back up. He won't quit. Come on. All right, I have to intervene. I'm activating the QuakeTime events. I will not deny my past. I will not deny my comrades and our bonds. I will not deny my existence. What does that mean? Against all odds, Jin took one punch like a champion, the most important punch of his life, and he succeeded. The world is finally rid of Kazuya Mishima's devilish ways, and the sun can shine once again. Tekken 8. Ah!